from.
Good morning, trolls.
Good morning.
Wait, is he calling us a troll?
We are trolls. We are the troll. Well, we're not the troll lords. I guess
Yes,
we're.
we are.
We're
We are
the
taking
children.
over this joint.
Yes, we are. When
It's
Sooner or
a
later, I will
coup.
figure out where to get the camera so that I'm like kind of in the middle of the window and not like that happen.
It's all
Gonna get
good.
that.
Today is
What?
not that day, apparently.
Yeah, you're little muffled. Little muffled.
I'm muffled now.
You're not muffled. You're just
Yeah.
kind of low.
Yeah, turn up the volume.
Well, hell.
Yeah, either speak up or move the mic closer.
Good morning, trolls in the universe. Oh,
Hold on, I am trying to hook up Hasek's camera here.
oh,
Suck.
There we go. The gang's all here. How have we been?
Door is ajar.
I can breathe again.
Game is.
I am no longer at over a mile high in altitude. So yeah, it's nice.
your pictures were great.
So, how was the Grand Canyon? Did you go to the Grand Canyon or did you go to Utah?
I did both actually. Went to Sedona, then the Grand Canyon, then Monument Valley, which is in Utah, and then did Canyon de Chelly.
Canyon de Chelly is amazing.
It's absolutely. I mean the how good was it? We had it was a just four of us private group. We had a Navajo tour guide for that, and I now follow each other on Instagram. So yeah,
nice.
Neato.
He was awesome. He at one point he got out and not only was like showing us somebody he played the flute for us. And when I say flute, it's like he just called it a flute, but it was instead of side thing, it was a big wooden.
It was a native flute.
And and it was stuff that he wrote himself. He apparently takes stuff that he remembers from his childhood and just learns it by ear, sitting there practicing, and it's fantastic. And then we went to Winslow, Arizona, because you have to take that picture.
Oh, the one with the statue? Yes.
Yeah, but you were blocking
the statue
the girl in the
got,
Ford.
To me, the statue got in the way because the thing out behind you says Winslow, Arizona on top of it. Honestly, it's a mural. It's not even a building. It's just a wall that they do a mural on, and the statue gets in the way of the W on Winslow. No real good spot to take that picture without like being across the street and hoping that nobody's coming and whatever. I was like, all right, that's annoying. But yeah, there's a truck there. They have a fake. I don't know. I don't remember if it was real, but an old style Ford flatbed truck. With a girl supposedly inside.
Very nostalgic. Cool. Well, we are the Knights of the Rose. Let us introduce ourselves, starting with over on my one side here. We have Rob, also known as Phantom NJ. You play Nadia. Tell us about Nadia.
Well, Nadia, if I can get myself a little further in there. And I think I went too far. All right. Yeah, so Nadia is she's an illusionist of some talent. She's also possibly running from something. And as soon as I figure out what that she's running from, I will let you know. But she seems to have an affinity or a knowledge of the inside of jail cells. So there's that. And, well, she's a little mischievous, which fits in well with half of this group anyway.
All right, and over on my other side, we have Tracy, Miss Bean, who plays Dacklish. Luxbindle, tell us about Dacklish.
Yes. So Dacklish is an adorable little gnome rogue who has really come into their own with being sneaky and is quite excited that we now have that they have the 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 ring, which was a task to bring back to the Thieves Guild, but more than that, that we have Vig the Deceiver to bring back. Interestingly enough, if Daklish were to hear that Nadia was on the run, that might be an interesting bit of conversation with Daklish. Not so much on the run, but far from home. So that is Daklish.
And then down below Daklish, we have Hussock, played by Remon. Tell us about Hussock.
Hussock is here for a good time, basically.
He's not here for a long time. He's just here.
He's just
for
here
a
for a
good
good time.
And
He likes to
having
fight.
having a good time he has, doesn't he?
Always.
Just give him a sword, point him in a direction.
Just don't give him a drink.
Hussock
He might
smash.
stumble.
And across from him, we have Pat Dross playing Orange Your Lovely. Tell us about Oren.
Oren is the reluctant, not self-appointed leader, group-appointed leader, because apparently they needed somebody to make plans and give orders that nobody would really listen to. So that's his role. He's the knight in shining armor, disillusioned knight, disassociated. He was in a brotherhood at one point, but politics soured him on the whole thing. So now he's just out, striking out on his own, trying to make the world a better place and following his own rules. And he's come across this band of misfits and miscreants, and he's trying to lead them down the straight and narrow best he can.
That he is. And I am Jingo the Fool, also known as Rob. I am the captain of my own channel, the Chip of Fools, but the Troll Lord game so foolishly allowed me to sit at the controls and unlimited power. Well, almost unlimited power. It will be once they figure out how to let us do giveaways, which is coming. But we're not quite there yet. Anyways,
we gave away all the giveaways.
They gave away all the good stuff. So it's like, well, we got you $1. We give away this Sharpie, slightly used.
I got some trail mix we can give away.
But it's already open.
No, it's in a Ziploc bag. It's
Oh,
good.
well, they're cool. Homemade trail mix. You can't beat that. Can't get it anywhere else. Anyways, you guys remember where you were at, what you were doing last time?
We're getting ready to charge.
You were getting ready to charge. Let us pull.
We're
We were
back at Castle AIHRDE, right? Getting prepared to.
We're on a bridge.
Oh, we're already. That's right.
You're on.
Thank
We're on a
you.
bridge. You're under the bridge.
Yes.
And the last thing I said to Hossack was, "Let's go."
Let's go.
Yep.
That's right. I threw a rock, I think, or something to.
No,
Or
you
my
threw a ghostly
voice.
sound.
Ghostly sound. That's right. To get the right.
Let us do
Right.
this. Well,
I think Tracy was
Move on
drinking more
over.
than Hossack there, though.
And there we are.
Jingo,
There's
quick
that.
question,
yes,
just to
sir.
refresh my memory. The things for the advantages, those need to be added in manually.
Yes.
All right, I need to figure out how to do that so I can give
You
myself.
can just there's an add item button on your abilities tab of your character sheet.
All right.
I'm on the wrong side of the table. I cannot see that. Let's
Yep.
remove that and open up the correct map. This one. And get a little bit zoomed in. You guys have moved out onto the bridge. Oh, my wagon is missing. Let me
Yeah, there was something going on with that wagon. The tokens went under it.
Yeah, because,
Right.
because it was just a token placed on the map and not attached to anything. Let's see, tokens. Oh, that's right. I have to look from the game master's side of things
And
in order to
do
find.
I think I have a crow, right? That I've
Yes.
working on teaching tricks. That's
Yes.
the other
But it
token
hasn't
that's
been a
next to
week
me.
yet, so it doesn't really know anything.
Right.
It just knows you give it food.
Learning,
I give it food.
and it'll bring you shinies.
So to be clear, the advantage I'm planning on taking is the one that gives me like the little cantrip style spell bolts. I think it's like 1d2 plus 1, or maybe just 1d2 at first level.
All right, I'll leave the wagon behind.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, just leave it there. Just leave it at
so
the
we
edge of the
know-
bridge.
So we know what it is, but the guards and those 2 horses, the draft horses, are all still very much with that wagon. All right. If you remember,
Were we rolling for initiative?
I think we were.
I don't think we had actually gotten to initiative yet. We had she had just made the exploding sound above the 2 on the bridge, and I looked at Hussock and said, "Let's go." So I don't know.
Yeah.
That's literally where we left off.
All right. You were using the ghost sound to.
Yeah, I made an explosion so they thought that there was
Something on the bridge.
something, that they had triggered something or whatever. Yep.
I don't remember if I made rolls for them.
To make them jump up so that they could
Yes.
be visible to Hussock and Orin and
That
Nadia.
they did. You can see them. There is some cover because they're down below the edge of the bridge, because in that direction, as you move towards the ravine, it slopes downwards. So they have a little bit of cover, unless you were to, say, stand on the wall at the edge of the bridge and look down at them.
I thought
But
one of the players was on that side of the bridge wall. Like you have them up on the right side of the bridge. I thought was Orin or Nadia.
Nadia.
Oh, well, Nadia is.
Yeah,
Okay.
Nadia is outside the wall. Nadia has a clear shot. And we are going to roll initiative. I'll let everybody. Let's see.
Unless, of course, Orin wants to try to resolve this without combat.
What's the fun in that?
So what we'll do is I'll click a new round, and it will start an initiative cycle. Actually, no. I think we rolled initiative, did we not?
I didn't think we did.
Too many weeks
All right,
ago.
no, we did too many weeks ago. So I'm going to roll a fresh initiative for us.
Yeah.
And it'll auto roll. Dacklish, looks like you get to go first. These 2 guys jumped out from their hiding spot. Ah! So everybody knows where they're at.
Okay. My bow. Oh, right. I have the composite bow, which has a range of 70. Is that? I'm kind of thinking that's too far. Where's pointer's arrow? Right from me to them is 95. Okay. How do I delete it? Delete. Okay. So, I am gonna get myself a bit closer then. I have a movement of 20. So I guess I'm gonna try to go. That's a little too much. I don't want to be out in the open.
If you're up against any of the rocks, there's cover to be had.
Oh, but I can dash,
there.
right?
And yeah, right there. Yeah, there's cover to be had in the rocks. There's plenty of cover out here to be had.
I would suggest going to that rock to the north of you. That would put you
that's
within bow range, but still give you cover from
Yeah,
the
I think I can can I dash to where
you can
to where,
dash up to twice. You can run up to twice your move.
Yeah, that's what he's gonna do is right, and then a little bit right there.
Easily done. Easily done.
Yep.
And if you
And
want to make me a hide check at the end of that, you go right ahead.
yes, thank you. I
As you
surely
come
do.
scrambling across the hill.
Abilities, hide this. Do I double click it? Hide. There it goes. Come on. First roll. 14 prime. I hide.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They saw you scamper over there and disappear into those rocks.
That's
Because
right.
they did see you move, but they don't know where you're at now.
Okay.
All right.
Jinko, can I request you turn the volume of the music down just a
I have it
tad?
almost down to nothing.
I don't know how it is to other people, but it's kind of. I mean, I've got it on level 1, and it's still distracting
on the
for me.
stream. You know what? I will
Yeah.
go ahead and I'm just
I mean,
going to
in
go ahead and stop it
Sirenscape.
because I'm going to go ahead and just drop it because Sirenscape has been kind of funky lately. I had literally the volume at 2% and it was still loud.
Yeah,
So-
I had it at 1, and
so,
it's like,
no, we will. I will troubleshoot that later.
okay, sorry.
But thank you for calling out that it was probably a lot louder in the stream. But anyways,
And that's my move. I'm done.
next is Oren.
I'm on my horse, right? So if I move, technically my horse moves with me, right? Or can I move my horse as well?
If you move, your horse moves with you. Your horse, while you're on your horse, it will move on your turn. It will act on your turn. If you
Right.
should get off of it, then it will start. It will get its own initiative.
Being on my horse, can I see these guys clearly for like a bow shot, or would they still be ducking down?
They're still kind of ducking down. Perhaps if you move to that side of the bridge, you probably get a clearer view. But right now, you're on the center of the bridge. All right. Yes, you can definitely see them there.
Being on my horse. Whoops. I can't move my horse. Yeah, no. Okay. That movement my action, or do I get to try a shot?
I'm going to say because you're a knight and you were born to fight in the saddle, that does not count as a full move. You can move on the horse and still get your thing.
I'm going to attempt a shot at that guy.
All right, you hit him.
Get how to do damage. It's the dice.
Yeah, grab the die so you can drag it right on him if you want.
That was impressive.
1
All right.
is the loneliest number that you'll ever do.
You shoot an arrow and it whizzes past him and it nicks the top of his ear off and he lets out a little scream of pain. Oh, my ear!
Well, no, that was damage. Never mind. It wasn't like a fumble. I was going to say, if I missed him, did I hit the guy behind him?
No, you hit him. See, the horses are acting on the rounds of the people riding them. Nadia, you got off the wagon and kind of lurking over there.
You're on mute.
I can see those two now, right? Because they pop their heads
You
up.
can clearly see them where you're at.
I'm trying to remember how to do rangefinder on this.
If you click your own token and then control left click the brigand, it will give you a range from him to you.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Because then you'll be
Alright.
targeting him, yes.
So that's 117 feet or so to the first one.
Oh, neato. Okay.
Quick. Helpful.
And right now, where
Sure.
you're at, if you want to be behind cover on those rocks, or at least partial cover, because you're looking over to see targets.
Yeah.
But you do still
So-
have some cover where you're at.
Damn it.
So is color spray really range? Only 25 feet on that?
Color spray starts from your hands, and it's basically a get out of my face spell.
All right. Well, that's not going to be very helpful.
They will taste no rainbow this round.
So,
Taste
yeah.
the rainbow.
One check on the second spell. Nope, that's still very, very short. All right, yeah, no, for
You'll
now,
have to get closer, or wait for them to get closer.
maybe.
There are a lot of horses you can hide behind.
I'll just move that.
There's not much to Nadia. She could probably hide behind a twig. Look, a sapling. It's full cover.
Okay, now I'm not sure whether I'm trying to move, but
Oh, if you're moving and it's not moving, it's because Jingo's got to approve your move.
okay.
Yes,
Well,
yes.
yeah, Django, I'm moving behind one of the other ones, getting closer.
All right, so you're moving around using the bridge for cover, so they can't see you. All right. Hasek.
So, what is the max movement for a horse?
Let's have a look. 60
I believe
feet.
it's 60 feet, isn't it?
Yes.
60?
Hasek, where you are at, and because Nadia moved over there as well. Hasek, roll me a d20 roll, and Nadia, you can roll me one as well.
Nadia notices nothing.
Must have been the wind.
She's a little too focused on her current targets.
Hasek, you notice kind of lurking on the other side of the bridge, also having jumped out because of the explosion but not noticed until now. There are 3 more Zulis lurking over there on the other side of the bridge now that you rode your horse over on that side.
Okay.
What would you like to do?
I am wanting to move 6. I don't even have to go 6. Let me just do 30 because that's half of them, or that's the normal movement for a horse, I believe. Can I
Nope,
get off
that's
the
half.
horse?
You can get off the horse, yes.
Yes, I will go off
Jump
the horse.
off the horse.
Alright, I will consider getting off the horse a half a move. I don't know if it's mounting or dismounting as a full move. I know that Oren, being a knight, can do it seamlessly, but I'll give you either a half move or a ranged attack from there.
I will take a half move because I don't have a ranged attack.
Alright.
So that will be 10 feet.
Now, if you go over the side of the bridge, let's see, 5... Right about there on the side of the bridge is 10 feet down. There would be 5 feet down because it slopes down towards the ravine.
Yep.
All right.
I'm just getting ready for them to climb up.
Yeah, I've got a bad feeling about this.
All right. Horses. Oh, that was nice. The AIHRDE Castle Guard.
You need to move Bob over by me because I'm still riding him. Thank you.
Okay. AIHRDE Castle
Oh,
Guard.
my
number
horse
21.
isn't on here. I had it tied to the back of the wagon.
Roach.
Yeah. I had
Roach is right there. The
um
wagon is actually up. I just haven't moved the token because it
okay,
interferes with the other
fair
token.
enough.
So it's
Okay.
he's still tied to the back of the wagon.
Got it. Groovy.
All right. The AIHRDE Castle Guard has a club. He can't do anything. He can't do anything. The horse isn't going to do anything. Friggin' Brawler number 10 is going to climb up that spur of rock and scramble up onto the bridge, but that's going to take him his whole move to do that. And he will get up there and he'd like straighten his helmet up and hike up his breeches and pull out his short sword and look at this big, ugly, nasty dwarf. And he's kind of sweating like, I don't know if I really want to do this. Number 15 will crawl up the bridge after
This
him.
isn't the easy prey you were looking for.
As will Brawler 21, but climbing up that spur of rock takes them the round to scramble up onto the bridge. And Brawler 21 will say, give us big, and we won't have to get violent. In a not very intimidating voice.
Or convincing, yeah.
Hmm.
Okay.
Brawler number 26 and 33 do not have quite the climb to get on top of the bridge, so they will. They won't be able to move full. They'll get to about there. And that's about the time the AIHRDE Castle artillerist decides he takes a shot and misses. His friend will try to shoot the same guy. He hits. New round.
Is yelling a command a free action? Orin would yell to the two guards, the first, without not the aerialist, but the other two guards, to get into the fray. Now that he sees there's 5 of them up here.
Artillery 17 is going to take another shot. He's money.
I think we're good.
I think he hit him.
Yep.
I like these artillerists.
And he goes down. Yeah, they're not completely defenseless.
Like that slow roll under the 5.
I just like that they are doing more than us.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we're still far away, you know. We're melee. They're ranged.
All right, Oren, your turn.
Well, Orin's going to yell at the 2 guards, armed guards, to get up here. And then he's going to get on Bob. And he's going to run right between the 2 in front of him on Bob. And slide to the side, which is one of his moves that he can do as a mounted. And he's going to strike at brigand number. Wait, I'm right-handed, so 33
All right.
with
Go
his
ahead.
battle axe.
Go ahead and make your move. Sir Jack of Cups, good morning.
And
So you're hanging off the one side to block yourself from Brigand Brawler 26?
Yep.
All right, fair enough. And you're going to whack number 33. Take your whack.
do I can't remember. Does it have any kind of horsemanship? Let's see. Where's this stupid? A knight can direct the mount to it. Oh, no, it's direct the mount. Where is it? There was one. Okay, I don't see any negatives on it, so I'm assuming. Oh wait, here we go. Can drop and hang alongside a mount. Okay, that just adds a bonus to my armor class. So if Brigand 26 swings at me, I got +6 on my armor. When fighting from mount and charging, a knight inflicts triple damage upon a successful. Oh, when wielding a lance, I'm not using a lance. Okay. All right, I just want to make sure. I didn't want to battle axe on that guy. Please don't embarrass yourself. Yes, thank you. So that's a dirty 20. And damage. There we go.
And he crumples.
That's the way to do it.
Now, I do have a question.
Yes, sir.
I split the two. My mount's allowed to move up to 60 feet. Can I run past them and turn around as the end of my turn, or am I stopping right there when I swing at them?
You know what? Is horsemanship something you can make a roll on? Make
I don't know.
It is. Make me a horsemanship check.
Okay. So I use the plus the little dice next to horsemanship.
Yep. Just don't fail it badly.
No.
Nice.
Nice.
That's it.
Yep, that's exactly what you did. You rode by,
33's dead, by the way.
Yeah, I'm looking at him to cross him off here. As he
Is an
goes-
intimidating glare a free action? So I'm gonna look at the other brigand and just give him that
Your-
icy stare of death. Like,
Your
y'all want some?
Friggin' Brawler 10 wets his pants and runs away.
No, actually, he's going to step up with his short sword.
Oh, they are making my job way easier.
And Dacklish is way down there in the ravine going, "Get him, guys, get him!"
They are making my job so much easier. This means I just have to
Taking
not
away
move.
all my fun.
Oh. Cracks you on the head. Don't you
Bonk.
know better than to hit a dwarf on the head?
I respond by laughing.
Brigand Brawler number 26.
Is Hazak wearing a helmet? Because if he went for a
Uh,
headshot, he gets that
yes.
extra AC.
He didn't go
Yeah,
for a
it was just
headshot.
a-
That was just
it was
my
just a hit.
flavor text.
Oh, okay. All right.
And 26 can't attack,
Oh.
but he'll go up there and gang up on Hussick this round.
I like this.
Mistakenly believing that dwarf on the horse won't charge right through them if they're standing next to his buddy.
Mm-hmm.
Nadia.
Because I didn't just do that to his last buddy.
Yeah, so Nadia is going to, I guess, well, move up behind the other horse.
Kind of shadowing Hossack's horse, named horse.
Yep, trying to keep the horse between her and everything.
Fair.
And the other guards will come around the wagon and get as far as they can. Brigand skirmisher number 13 pops up from behind the rocks over here. Is within range. So he winds up a sling. And sends it at your horse and misses. His buddy
What after Bob?
winds up a sling. And you're still hiding behind your horse, so that's going to miss. Another guy pops up from over here. Slings a rock at Hossack. I can see that my monsters are going to be my usual monsters and not hit anything today.
I know that pain.
Don't worry, I have not had an attack yet.
Hossack, a rock pings off the back of your helmet for 1 more point of damage. And the last skirmisher will also sling a rock at you. That one hurt twice as much as the last one.
Good thing the Hossack has a hard head.
Exactly.
Basically.
Okay, so do I see 13 and 27? Do I see those guys? You said they popped up.
They did pop up, yes.
Okay, and they are presently pretty stinking far from me. What is it? How do I control click?
Click yourself to make sure you're highlighted and then control click them and it'll target them. Looks
That's
like you got one already targeted.
Yeah, I did. And then I can all right, unclick it. So they're pretty stinking far away. Yeah. What my normal movement's 20. There's not a whole lot I can do right now. I guess I'm just gonna move down to there, getting closer. I presume the ravine is kind of open.
Now that you get close to the ravine, you look at it. Let's see what your. Let me look at your special ability, see if you have anything that can apply here.
I have enhanced hearing.
Use that woman's intuition. Oh wait, we don't know about that yet.
Yeah, enhanced hearing. I don't have anything as far as seeing. I just have listen, enhanced hearing. Yep. Hide, listen,
Make me
decipher.
an enhanced hearing check.
Okay. There we go. That's a 23. Right.
The ground looks odd, and you hear a faint shifting rumbling, kind of. You don't know quite what to make of it, but kind of a, like maybe the ground in that ravine isn't entirely stable for some reason.
The shifting and rumbling I hear, is it coming from the bridge?
No, it's coming from the ravine, and it's very faint.
Okay. Like something's coming, or just that the ground doesn't.
Make me a wisdom check. Or an
Oh,
intelligence check, your choice.
let's go intelligence. Da, 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 da. Oh,
You know, better yet, make me a traps check.
oh, I have that. Okay.
That
17.
ground looks unstable, like maybe you, being a gnome, know about burrowing under things, and you've heard this sound before when a gnome burrow is about to collapse or cave in.
Okay.
Like maybe something was burrowing under the ground in the bed of the ravine and might collapse in places if you were to walk out there.
Oh boy. Okay.
Like something's been tunneling underneath the surface, maybe.
Okay. All right. That sounds great. I plan on, so with that information, my move is done, and I see those two guys and I hear that. So my plan is, as soon as these two guys come more forward, headed for the bridge. Oh, you probably want a hide check from me.
Yes.
Please be hidden. Oh, just. My plan is, as soon as they come into vision, I'm gonna pop up and just taunt them and try. I want to get them to try to come across the ravine. So I'll say something. So that's my plan.
All right. Horse is going to weigh in with his 2 cents. Hasek, 3 of these idiots have stepped up around you to experience your battle axe firsthand, or your sword. That's right, you use a sword.
I use a sword, yes.
Your battle sword, yeah.
My Flemberg. All right. Who are we gonna hit?
They're all kind of like sweaty and nervous, looking at each other like, I hope he hits you and not me.
Hit them all.
You know what? Let's go for.
Do you get the extra attack if you hit somebody or kill
What
somebody?
is one? Well,
I think he has to hit to get
I have to kill someone.
Yes, and then he
I
can
get
cleave a second
immediate
one.
attack. Yeah. Well, that's a miss.
Lord Gasumba, good morning.
That's all I can do.
Bob the horse.
I will be right back. I need to see if I have another cable for my headset.
Certainly,
My
certainly.
left ear is out.
A new round. Dacklish, it is your turn again.
Oh boy. Well, it's my turn again. I go from first to last to first. Well. What? Do I do so? It's each square is 5 feet. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay.
You would have to dash to get all the way across it.
Right. I could go to here. The feeling I get of instability is the entire ravine, like you said, like something is.
Not so much the entire ravine, but it's really hard to tell what is going to be unstable and what isn't.
Okay,
So
gotcha.
walking in the ravine is a risk.
Right.
However, you are a gnome and you are very small.
I'm very tiny. This is true. Yeah, God, I can't do much of anything. They're too far away. Yeah, I'm just gonna go to here and hide again. Da, 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 da. Nope. That's okay. I can use that.
Think you're hidden.
and yeah, I'm just gonna wait for these guys to come out in the open and try to goad them to come across. Risk my life. What are they? Are they humans? What are these guys?
These are humans.
Good.
They look
Big
dressed similarly to the ones that ambushed you on the road before, the ones that had the note from the mysterious G.
Mm-hmm.
They look like part of the same tribe or troop or
Aha.
bandit gang or whatever you want to call them.
He's going to be an unhappy guy when we get back to Castle 11.
Oh, you have no idea. Anyways.
Then again, maybe he'll be happy because we've brought him Vig and he wants him. So, anyway.
He realizes, he looks over at you.
Oh, it's 13's turn. So they're moving, and right, my plan, as soon as they move out and they can see me, I'm just going to jump there and jump around like on those rocks. Hey, guys! What you doing? Why don't you come and get me? I'm just a wee little guy.
All right. And he's going to have a penalty because he's at long range to try to hit you. As a rock goes skittering in your direction.
I'm just going to dance. Ha!
Oren. Wait a minute. You are still currently ducked down behind your horse, so that will not hit you.
I'm not tucked down behind my horse. I'm on top of my horse.
Yeah,
I leaned over for my attack when I hit that one skirmisher.
Oh, I thought you did drop down to the one side.
No.
Okay. Well, in that case, that one hit you. Let me go back up to him. Oh, big damage. All right, number 34.
Oren glances in their direction, but doesn't see them as a viable threat at this point if they're just tossing rocks.
I'd say their aim's getting better. Still can't do any damage.
Oren looks back in their direction and yells at them, "Use bigger rocks or get up here and fight!"
And poor Hossock is just getting pelted with these little pebbles that keep coming at him. There, that one actually hurt a little bit.
I think he's unconscious. I don't see him anymore.
Who, Hossock?
Yeah, no, he went away to get a different card. So just
All right.
he's
And it
gonna come back with.
sounds like rain on a tin roof. Bang, bang, spang, 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 spang. As all these rocks start just pelting Hasek. How's he looking? Oh, he's not too bad. Although that last one probably actually drew blood. He's got a little trickle of it going down his forehead. Horses aren't going to do anything. A lot of horses.
Okay, well, that kind of screws up what I was going to do on my turn, but
What were you going to do on your turn?
well, because Bob's underneath me, I can't see how he can have an initiative way up there. I was going to charge.
He moves on your initiative.
Yeah, I was going to charge the group again and then have him attack one of them while I attack another. Because it says in my horsemanship, I can command him to attack.
Absolutely.
And he has his own attacks. So.
But Brigand Brawler 10 is going to try to beat up Hasek. They're going to try to take him down.
So can we say Bob delayed his attack?
Yes, Bob goes on your initiative.
Okay, thank you.
So he'll attack on your initiative. Uh-oh. Hasek's looking rough over there. His brawlers are starting to work him.
I'm fine.
It appears only one of them is wielding a short sword. Perhaps he's the boss. He misses. Nadia.
All right, so Nadia is Hasek is still standing at this point.
Oh, Hasek's not doing too bad.
Okay. Quick question: Is Hasek looking? Does Hasek even see Nadia at this point? And if Hasek isn't looking at Nadia,
I would imagine he is facing the other way.
Right. So here's a question as to how you adjudicate this. If I was to do something like dragon image, would it affect him if he's not looking at me?
Let me read the spell, and then I will make that judgment. Dragon image. Caster appears to summon a medium red dragon which breathes a cone of fire. All in the cone suffer the damage. It doesn't say anything about being able to see it.
All right. Well, in that case, Nadia is going to from behind, and I don't know how to do this because I couldn't figure out how to add it as an attack. But I need to do a ranged touch attack. She's going to step out from behind the horse, aim at the wounded one. I believe it's 26. And
I'm going to remind the group that we're in combat, and if you feel so to be inspired by my actions.
Okay.
What is your? It's just a.
All right. You wanted to know how to do the touch attack on your combat tab? You'll see that there is one attack that is touch attack. And what that does is it will ignore the armor class and such. The armor should ignore the armor of the enemy. So go ahead and make that touch attack if that's what you wish to do.
Okay, and I can basically drag it on top of the one that I want to attack?
Yep.
Inspire gives you a bonus to hit equal to my charisma modifier, which I believe is +3.
It is.
Oh, so should I put
if you want to use the inspire, and he's you'll get 2 rounds of that now that he is 2nd level. Last 2 rounds.
Okay.
So I am 2nd level.
Let me hold on a second. Let me put a temporary +3 in there. Oh, I don't think it's going to. Or just have to do it manually.
Yeah, there's little plus and minus buttons down there next to the modifier box. You can just click the +3.
It's not letting me do anything with that plus thing, so. No, just.
That's a hit.
All right. So 1d2 damage.
Apprentice bolt.
Yep. So I guess 1 point of damage.
All right.
And then she's going to move ever so slightly closer to the horse because I'm not entirely convinced of the range from or the being in the line of sight of those slingers.
Aubrey Castleguard 21.
And they all get inspire.
Okay, he'll take that. He's like, ah! And he will still mess with his inspiration. And he'll take his try. Ah.
I don't know what they're paying these guards, but it might be too much.
Hold on. They are 0 level. Actually, 1st level fighters.
Did that didn't add the 3 for their inspirations?
No, they didn't. See, let me look at the armor class.
That 10 would have been a 13. Maybe that hit.
Yes, that would. They both would have hit with that. So. And he goes down. Oren. Now you and your horse can ride up there and stomp the crap out of somebody.
I got to move the map back for every time it goes to my turn.
Now,
okay.
If you go into options, where's options? There should be under options. There should be a setting for center. Where is it at? I know it's in there.
Oh well, no, but because I'm way off to the side of the bridge, it moved me to center, which moved everything I was looking at.
Yes, you can turn that move to use center thing off so that it doesn't do that.
Oh, okay, I'll do it after the turn. All right, so me and Bob are going to charge once again right up to these guys. I'm going to hop off, and I will be attacking Brawler 21, and I will command my horse, at which point you will learn his name, to attack Brawler number 10. Warren will charge up into the group, jump off his horse with axe in hand, and yell, "By thunder, strike!"
All right. You can mount and dismount effortlessly. So
yes.
Go ahead and take your attack.
Please don't embarrass me. Thank you. Smack that biatch. I smack him quite hardly. I don't know how to do Bob's attacks. I mean, Thunder's attack.
Is his name going to be Thunder now?
Yes, his name is now Thunder.
I will change that. I'm looking for the guy you just squished. There we go.
Oh, and then Hussick can name his horse Lightning.
I'm pretty sure Hussick's just going to keep calling him horse.
Easier.
Thunder.
Horse is just easier. So.
Horse.
I'm surprised Hussick doesn't name his horse Hold My Beer.
Anyways,
Fair.
your Thunder kicks this guy in the head.
Bonk.
And knocks him unconscious.
He gets 2 attacks, doesn't he? 2 hooves.
Well,
And a bite or a bite?
The 2 hooves is a single attack. Actually, 2 hooves. Oh, hold Alt to roll off. So he does get 2 separate hoof attacks. I just see the way it's coded now. Anyways, he'll reach down and bite him. And there's nothing left for him to stomp with his other hoof. Otherwise, he'd do that too.
That's my boy.
But Thunder brought the thunder.
And the
Hussick.
pain.
All right. Just swing. Well,
Oh boy.
Oh, come on. It's not your day.
it's not my day. Literally not my day. My headset cable is broken. I can't hit anything, you know.
If it weren't for Oren, we'd all be dead.
Dacklish.
We still got 5 other
Dacklish.
people. We got 2 down there in the thing and 3 on the other side.
Excellent. Dacklish. So do I have clear view of Skirmisher 13?
Yes. Actually,
right.
he's partially behind the rock. You'll have a -2 to hit him.
What
Wait
if
a
I
minute. You're sharpshooter, aren't you? Don't you have that?
Yes. What if I hop up on top of this rock? Like right there. Does that give me a little bit? Maybe not.
It'll eliminate the -2.
Great. That is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna let's see. He's targeted.
Don't
and
forget
he's
to be inspired.
What does my inspiration give me?
+3.
+3 to hit.
Great. Then I will. Let's see. So I click +3, and then range. This I grab. What do I grab? The attack. I grab the attack.
Yeah, you
Right.
grab the attack and just drag it right onto the person you want to attack.
And I did my. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and same with the damage. You can grab the damage and drag it right on him.
Damage is this. Come on, right there. Come on, big one. Okay, well, I've let him know I'm here.
That you
Come on, you big, fat, ugly human. Why don't you come and get me? Stop throwing rocks at me.
All right. Oren. No, they're going to keep throwing rocks at you because they can stay over here. Oren, bring the pain.
Dying.
And
You're on mute, Pat.
Does Thunder get to attack next?
he does, but there's nothing left for him to attack.
Oh, that's
Because you
right. He
killed
did
that
scream.
guy.
He did do the death scream, didn't he? Can I have him attack Hussick? Oh, wait, no.
But other than that, yes, Thunder absolutely would attack.
Can I remount Thunder?
Yes, you can remount Thunder.
Okay. That's what I'll be doing. Because I have
There's
3
one
friends to go
still
meet
there.
down there in the ravine.
Can't see if I move this map. Ah, there we go. 3 guys up there, 2 guys down there.
The 2 Aubrey Castle guards are going to break into a sprint. They're seeing Hasek with a whole bunch of lumps on his head, and they're like, no, leave our friend alone. Brigand skirmisher number 13. I'll take a shot back at you and miss.
Yeah, I just laugh. I'm like, you need come closer.
Ask and you shall receive.
That's a different guy.
And you're looking at this rock, and it's getting bigger and bigger.
I turned my back.
And
Let
suddenly,
it hit me in the back.
and suddenly it hits you. Whack! For 2 points of damage.
More like ping. Like, that's it? Really? Rocks? Come on, guys. This is what we played as children, throwing rocks at each other.
Clubs and slings are free. Brigand number 34 sees these new guys coming after him. We'll move into range. And sling at the castle guard and miss. He will do the same. Alright, the horses are not going to do anything. Nadia.
All right, so gotcha.
There we go. I found my spare cable. Damn.
Was not expecting him to move up there. But still not worth getting myself into potential danger. So I'm going to move a little bit behind the horse again. That was 7 feet. Yeah, something. Let's go the additional 23 feet. And she crouches down to take advantage of the wall.
Fair enough. The castle artillerist. From where he's at. They keep shooting at the skirmishers. Wait, wasn't one of those skirmishers unconscious? Yes, number 5 was indeed unconscious. He should not have shot. The other artillerist. Let's shoot at number 34. And miss. Hasek. All your targets have gone away.
Yes, they have.
Got any bandages?
I do have bandages. I'm thinking about it.
You guys have some
Um,
potions of healing. Where are those at? Who's got them?
There's one somewhere in my bags. Potion of Cure Light Wounds. How much does that heal?
1d8, I believe.
I'll use it.
All right, roll me 1d8. Wow, nice.
Apparently, I can't do roll attacks, but healing though. There we go. Remove it from my inventory.
Yep. And you gain back 8 hit points. You're feeling much better now.
Ready for more fighting.
Thunder.
I'm on Thunder.
Oh, that's right. You're on Thunder, so it's going on your turn. New round. Dacklish.
Yes, 'tis I. I am just still yep, gonna shoot at them. I guess I already used the inspiration, so it's just a
No.
regular.
Last
Nope.
2 rounds.
Oh, it lasts 2 rounds. Okay,
Last
wait,
2
let
rounds.
me undo that. That's a +3. If I don't know that it's automatically adding. I have the +3
If
clicked.
you click the +3, then it will add.
Okay, so shooting at this guy again. Oh, okay,
You
good.
hit him.
That hit. And my damage. Oh, I gotta take off my bullets. That was 2.
Nice.
What'd I get?
You
Oh,
killed him. What can I say?
and I'm
It's
gonna
okay,
jump up
you're
at
welcome.
skirmisher. I'm gonna jump up and point at skirmisher 27 and say, "Come and get me, you big fat meanie head!"
Wow.
I really am trying to get him to
Make
come
me a
across the room.
charisma check.
Yes, I can do that. Do I have charisma?
Do
It's
you
not a
kiss your
problem.
mom with that mouth?
Come on. Nope.
He laughs at you.
Apparently.
Hasek.
Too tiny
Your
to
turn
take
again.
seriously, apparently.
I am going to do a full sprint. Because,
You might want to move a little bit past that rock because that's a deep drop from there.
oh yeah, no, I'm going all the way around.
Oh,
All right.
okay.
If you just all out running, you can move up to 4 times your move, or 80, a move of 80.
So that's 80. Okay.
Yes.
Does it have to be a straight line?
It should, but I will allow not a straight line.
I'll go around there then.
Fair enough. As fast as his little legs will carry him, he comes running around the bridge and headed down that little trail right towards the remaining skirmishers. Orin, your turn.
Since I'm on my trained warhorse, I'm not going to go. Dropping down 5 feet on a warhorse won't be that bad. So I'm going to drop down here, and then get as close as that'll let me. I'll let you do the math for 60 feet.
All right. Let's see. From here to here is 5 feet. The next is 10 feet. At that point, you're a little more than a 10-foot drop if you go off that edge, unless.
Well, no, I already know that's too high. I'm saying I'm going to go where it's 5 feet and jump off the side at 5
It'll
feet.
probably be right about there.
Yeah, and then run the rest of the 60 feet down to wherever he is, wherever they are.
Easily done. Your horse moved full, so it will not be able to attack this round, but you can attack. And you
I can attack?
Yes.
And I will dismount and attack number 5.
Oh wait,
Oh, wait,
number
he's
5
unconscious.
is unconscious. You could smack
Okay.
him anyways. You could jump off
Mm,
the other
Well,
side.
that's dishonorable. That's dishonorable to attack an unconscious person.
Yes, it would be a cheap
I will
shot.
attempt to make him unconscious as well.
Oh, you're trying not to kill him? This is a non-lethal blow?
We got to find out who's sending these guys, right? One of them's got to live.
All right, do your damage. He is unconscious.
I'm going to start tying them up. And put them back to back and start throwing my rope around them.
The last skirmisher looks around, notices everybody is dead.
Wait, but does he really? There's no way he can see those 2 guys up
No,
there.
he can't see anybody up there, but he's listening, and yeah, you know, he's gonna be a coward and run.
I call he needs a listening check. That's really far away. I don't want him to run
All
away.
right, let's see. He doesn't
Does he
really
hear?
have attributes, so we'll give him. All right, no, he doesn't hear anything. He's gonna shoot a rock at you instead. Then.
Good. Thank you.
Tracy
Don't run
wants all
away.
that XP.
No, I just don't want the coward to run away. And he hits me. Ping. Okay, fine. Is that all you got?
Number 5 is unconscious. The artillerist turns, and he's a little bit out of range for that guy. So he's going to get down off the wagon and get a little bit closer this round, as is his buddy. All right, the castle guard number 21. There's nobody left down there, but they're coming down there anyways. Nadia.
Huh. All right. So. Nadia is feeling really, really useless right now.
But Nadia's still alive to feel useless. So it's all
Yeah,
good.
yeah. There's a fair bit of that going on right now. So let's go the 15 feet. Yeah, look, 15 feet just back to the wall. And of course, they're just out of my reach.
Well, those 2 guys up there are unconscious
They're
and being
all
tied up.
unconscious.
Oh,
There's only
well.
one, there's only one target still up, and he's flicking rocks at Dacklish, completely unaware that he's the only one left.
Oh,
So bearing
you know
that in
something?
mind, you can retract your move and move to the other side of the bridge instead.
Yeah. So instead, I want to go. So let's go back to here for a second. Back to where I started. And kind of staying low against the wall.
All right. Trying to stay in cover.
Yep.
Easily done. Easily done. New round. Oren, you begin securing the prisoners.
Yes, sir.
The guards will.
And he's just going to command the guards
come
to
up and assist.
keep an eye on him.
The artillerists are going to oblige this idiot here and shoot him.
Yes.
Or at least
No.
shoot at him.
Hits a rock. Ding. Come on. Come on.
That'll
Oh,
do.
yeah. That's it.
Let's see.
And Dacklish starts yelling, "I'm a good guy. I'm a good guy."
Jumping up and down, pointing over at that guy. Get him. Get him. Get him.
It's gonna kill him.
That's right.
He-
No cowards here. Oh, I think you killed the wrong guy.
Did I? Okay.
Yep.
Anyways, you have 2 prisoners,
We have 2 prisoners and we're out of combat.
and you are out of combat. And
All
you know
right.
what? Now would be a great time to take a break before we come back and find out what these guys were all about.
Break time.
Break time.
What about getting their heads handed to
Get
them?
a coffee.
Coffee sounds wonderful. Anyways, let me press a few buttons, and we are.
I think you killed the wrong guy. Dacklish.
All right. We will be back in a few minutes. See you then.
at it, but I like the flavor of it. The idea that the world is a extremely dangerous place, and you're gonna want help getting through nature. Nature's, nature's out to kill you.
Right. Well,
Where
and they can wear.
Welcome.
Let me
Oh.
unmute my microphone so the audience can hear me too. But here we are. All right, you guys. All of the brigands lay dead, dying, or unconscious. What is your next move?
Skirmisher 27's unconscious.
Yeah, I believe Skirmisher 27 and Skirmisher number 5 are unconscious. Number 5 because he was brought to exactly 0 hit points on a shot, so he didn't die from it. And 27 because Orin rendered him unconscious with a blow to the head.
Yeah, there should be 2 unconscious up by me. Number 5
Right.
was already unconscious, so I didn't mess with him. So
You're
Yeah,
right.
you didn't undo the you killed the wrong guy.
Oh, so okay, then you do have 3 unconscious.
No, 27 is dead.
Oh, 27 is dead.
From
Yeah,
the
that's what I'm-
artillerist killed 27.
yeah, 21 hit points on him.
Yeah.
Anyways, which numbers are alive? They're all interchangeable. You do have some prisoners.
We have prisoners. Dacklish, can I instead of running up and around, right? Can I just lightly hop across this ravine, avoiding the spots that I think are weak?
You want to try to hop across the ravine?
I do.
All right. Let me have a look.
Using my acute listening spells and avoiding any spot that sounds movie. I also have the traps.
Yes, make me another traps check.
Okay. No. Even with
No.
that,
Make me a dexterity check as you attempt to cross it, or are you deciding that because you can't tell where the unsafe parts are, you don't want to cross it?
if I do a dex, do I get like a plus just because of my tininess?
No.
No, you get the +1 for your dexterity being a 15, and that's it.
That's it. Now, because I can't tell. No, I'm gonna make my way up here to eventually go here to eventually come down here and check
Okay.
these guys. Because
Oh,
that's
come
what
on, what could go
eventually.
wrong?
So I've plotted my course.
I've unlocked the token, so you can just move where you will on the map now.
I'll just go ba-da-da-da-da. Because I want to just check these guys' pockets, not only.
Are you going to
for-
run past the 5 dead people on the bridge? You're not going to check their pockets?
Yeah, there are a bunch of dead bodies on the bridge as well.
True. I'll get up there and be like, "Oh wow, look at all of that." I'm looking for notes, looking for orders,
Well,
besides pilfering for goods. But I'm specifically.
there's one of the guys on the bridge, notably, has studded leather armor, where the rest of them had leather armor, and he had a short sword, where the rest of them just have clubs and slings, crude stuff. All of their, except for the one guy, all of their stuff is in shabby condition. They look like, a not very successful bandit tribe.
Oh.
Yes.
Obvious that he's the leader. So yeah, what?
Yes. On him, as I said, you find the short sword, you find the studded leather, and let's see, where were his monies. I've got so many windows open. Give me a second here.
Right.
Yeah, the window creep is real.
We're looking for a note from Captain Gallardo. That's my anticipation. Crack open a nice cold Dr. Pepper.
Ah.
Mm.
Well, he does have a pouch full of gold.
Okay.
To the tune of what looks like 50 gold pieces.
That's a lot of gold.
It is a lot of gold. None
He
of the
was
other.
paid a lot.
He was paid for all of them and hadn't distributed out because you won't find anything on the rest of them. He had all of their money.
No notes?
No notes on this guy. However, I will have everybody roll me a naked D20 roll.
All right.
I would kill for some naked dice.
Nadia still doesn't notice anything.
All right, and
Orin's too busy tying up prisoners.
and Daclus can have that acute hearing, that gnomish hearing roll.
Nadia is kind of
Right.
sitting up against the wall.
There's my
Anything?
naked
Can I come out yet? Is it okay yet?
20.
Am I fine yet?
Abilities, hearing, this one. Okay.
No.
Apparently I am just too, the jingling of that bag of 20 gold is just filling my ears.
All right. So what do you want to do? I will add that bag of 50 gold pieces to your party treasure.
I'll look over and see that Orin has those two guys tied up, and I'll just kind of move over to the edge of the bridge here and tell him, I found the leader. He doesn't have a note. Got a bunch of money though. Bunch of gold.
Yeah, that's a lot of money for a bunch of, poor bandits.
They were probably hoping to split the profits after they'd done us in.
Yeah, the guy with the
Bad
short
planning on their
sword,
part.
the guy with the short sword did say when he got up on the bridge, give us Vig and there won't be any trouble.
Yeah, they were paid.
They were paid by somebody, but
Orin's going to kick the two prisoners down by his feet to wake them back up.
all right, they'll come around.
Jingo, may I look around to see if I notice anything else around?
Yes, you may. If you are specifically looking, actually, tell me where you are looking. Back up on the bridge, out here in the rocks.
No. Like on the side of the bridge where we are at now.
All right, roll me a d20. All right, you do come across something. A wine bottle that clearly has the Castle 11 family crest on it. This is, Lord Estmar's personal vintage, and yet somehow these bandits had a bottle of it out here.
Alright, I'll grab the bottle and tell the party.
Yes,
So they came from Castle 11. That's where we're headed to. We're headed there, right? We left Castle Aubrey. We're headed to Castle 11.
you're headed back to Castle 11, yes.
Well, I don't think anybody's going to go across the ravine, so.
Are you going to mention that it's probably unsafe?
Where's the fun in that?
Yeah, no, I don't think anybody's going to be going across the ravine. So no, I don't really feel the need to mention it. Or well, I'm going to go over by Nadia. And how you doing, Nadia? You okay? You look a little scared. We got you covered. It's safe.
You're gone? Oh, cool. Well, cool. She like peeks up back over her shoulder and realizes that no, there are no other targets. No one seems to be worried about anything. Well, okay, all right. That's good. All right, everything's in one piece. How are you doing?
Good. I got it, guy.
Nice. Did you get hit by anything? You okay?
Just a few rocks. Just little pebbles. It's fine. It's fine. We just need to get these guys. This is not. We shouldn't stay here. There's these guys are. There's probably going to be more guys after us. My guess. We should go check on Vig, make sure he's still in his cage and secured.
He is, despite the fact that
There it is.
Everybody ran off.
everybody ran
I
off.
know, right? Yeah,
Thorn's
let's.
going to tell the 2 guards up on the bridge to secure the prisoner in the wagon and make room for more.
There's definitely room in the wagon for more, but there is only one set of shackles.
Well,
Do we
the
really
2
want to
poorly armored brigands aren't going to be that big of a threat.
No.
Is there any reason why we need to bring them back? Can't we just tie them up and leave them here?
They may know who's behind all this, who sent them,
Well,
who's trying to get Vig free.
If we're going to add them
So-
into that cage, I suggest stripping them down to their skivvies. We don't need
So-
Vig to have anything he can use. Sorry.
So what you're saying is we need one. Who's their leader? Do we know who their leader was?
It's not honorable to kill unarmed, unconscious people.
I wasn't suggesting kill them. I mean, I wasn't suggesting not killing them, but I wasn't suggesting killing them.
Worst comes to worst, we can shackle these 2 to each other and throw them in the wagon. I don't care if they're cramped or not.
Well, the wagon still locks. They just won't be shackled down on the wagon. You know, that's
don't need
what
them-
would prevent Vig from escaping is even if somebody could get the wagon open, they'd still have to get him out of the shackles.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty
Well,
sure
yes.
Oren is carrying the keys to all of that. And yeah, you got to go take them from him.
Well, how far are we from the castle?
Let's see. You are still 4 days out from Cass 11.
So it's not like we're moving at any great pace.
No, not really. No, you're just moving at standard pace. If
Maybe
you
we
if
should
you
pick up-
guys if you guys wanted to burn the midnight oil, you could probably cut that down to 3 days, maybe less, depending on what you were.
No, what I was thinking more of was tie them in a line to the back of.
Oh, make them walk.
Well,
I mean, you could do that. They will fit in the wagon. This wagon is big enough to hold at least 4 prisoners.
yeah, I'm kind of against the idea of them being in close proximity to each other.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't like giving Vig any possible. That's why I said if we put him in, he just no help. If we put him in their underpants.
I mean, we also will have to use our own rations
Yeah.
because we didn't get enough.
Yeah.
Maybe if we just.
I thought we had plenty of rations. Didn't the castle supply us with what we would need to get
exactly
Down
what
there
we need.
and
Exactly
back?
what we needed.
Well,
No,
not and back, just to get to Cast 11.
Do these guys have any rations on them?
The bandits? No.
The band. No.
No. You've got
The
them
bandits can
conscious. Do you
share.
want to question them?
Go, Orin. That's you, man.
Orin puts on his intimidating stare face.
Make me a charisma
Right.
check.
He's grabbing Thunder by the reins, and he's leaning down over the prisoners and pulling Thunder's head down with him. Charisma.
You are Mr. Charisma.
Not today.
Not today.
I was about to
You're
say,
a
not
little
today.
poop.
I'm in a really foul mood after that fight.
Yeah, they're just not. They're not. Well, they didn't wet themselves. They're still. They're not going to give you any fight. You've got them bound up.
I don't suppose you two lads would care to tell us who sent you and why.
We work for Hob. He gets the jobs. He pays us when it's done.
Doesn't look like he paid you this time.
Well, job's not done.
It is for you two. He motions to the guards to drag him up toward the wagon.
Can I see if they are lying?
Make me a wisdom check.
I'm just gonna roll a straight d20 because it's the same. I don't think I do.
Yeah, no.
No.
But they will go quietly and dejectedly, and you guys are going to move along.
Need to make sure you move Skirmisher 27 up.
Orin, do you think we should move faster, at a faster pace, just because we know that we're clearly being hunted? Do you think maybe we should...
No, because moving at a faster pace will tire us. If we do get attacked again, we'll be...
Yes, the faster the pace you move, the less safe you move as well. The more chances of you... If you guys had been moving at a fast pace, you would have been out on the bridge when these guys jumped you.
Yeah, more chance of us blundering.
And
Let's
Orin
not-
says his feelings won't be hurt if Vig has to share his rations with the other two prisoners. Not like they need their strength.
Humans can go a long time without food, just so long as they've got water, and you're not far from the river. At any time, there's a whole river of fresh water within a quarter of a mile of you at any time. All
Orin's
right.
going to start getting everybody back into marching orders and making sure everybody's... I'll say go ahead and throw a Band-Aid on you and finish healing up.
I'm gonna...
And tell everybody to just keep their eyes and ears extra sharp.
I'll use a bandage.
Yeah, each
I'm gonna go over to...
bandage,
Go
each
ahead.
bandage has 2 uses and heals up to 2 hit points. So if you use both uses of the bandage, you can get 4 hit points back.
Yeah, I'll do that.
I'm down 3. I do want to go over and Orin and pull out this bag of 50 gold and like hold it with both hands so he sees and say, based on my experience, there's about 50 gold in here. This is way too much money for these slobs. Somebody's clearly sent them.
Well, he wasn't paying for the talent. He was paying for the prisoner.
Mm-hmm.
The more dangerous prisoner, so he wanted to entice them well to try to get the job done.
Oh, I do have a bandage. Okay, I can use a bandage.
I will go over to Orin and be like, hey, you want me to go further forward? Just to keep an eye on the road, just in case.
Oren scratches his beard a little bit. How far away from where we're going again?
Still about 4 days.
Oren's going to look and say, well, it may not be too bad of an idea. I think both you and I, if we stay a little bit ahead of the wagon, but not too far ahead.
I'll share that map with you. Each hex is about a day. And you can see where you guys are along the little red line, which is the road.
Yeah. He's saying that because at this point we keep running into these idiots. I don't want to be too far away or too spread thin out. I want to be able to keep the wagon in sight and at a good charges pace in case we have to run back.
Yep.
All right. Oren, roll me a d6.
I don't want to.
All right. You have no encounter. You guys...
how do I get my, how do I get my health back? Or should I not even bother using a bandage? Because we're about to camp for the night.
Well, I believe, I'd have to look at it. I believe you only heal 1 hit point per night on overnight rest. So if you wanted to use a bandage, one use of a bandage will cure 2 points, and then the overnight rest, once you get to it, will heal your remaining point.
Okay, so I just changed my wounds to 1 and my HP to 12.
Yes, your HP should never. Your HP itself should never be adjusted up or down. It's
just the wound points. Got it.
Just the wounds. Yes.
Okay. Very good. Sorry.
All right. So you guys continue on the road. No early encounter. Hasek, roll me a d6. A total of 3 encounters for the daytime. No, and Daklis, the last one.
Encounter on a 1, right?
Encounter on a 1. All right.
And just for general knowledge, as we're traveling, Warren's going to make sure that he keeps the guards' spirits and self-esteem up by telling them how good of a job they did, and the fact that they ran into battle at a moment's notice without hesitation, and you did a good job. Your training was good. Just basic,
Basic keeping up the esprit de corps.
Their morale, yeah.
Very good, very good. All right. The end of the third night comes, and you guys bivouac for the evening. Now, do you guys camp close to the road, or do you camp off the road?
Off the road.
We have Vig in the big cage, so we can't really go far off the road.
Well, no, yeah, but we're also not going to make a camp right next to the road where anybody can see, We're probably not going to use a fire either. Dry rations, cold rations, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Through the rest of the day, Daklis, make me that gnomish hearing roll again.
Yeah. Da-na-na-na. Let's go. Come on.
And when you're done with that, can you make us some of those gnomish cinnamon rolls?
There we go. 14 prime.
Okay.
No fire. I can't cook. What are you talking about?
Damn it.
Wait. Enhanced hearing is a...
It's a gnome special ability.
Oh.
Or race ability, yeah.
That's interesting that it's dexterity, not wisdom.
I have no idea. Actually, it probably should be wisdom, but, I don't make those decisions. But
I'll verify that.
No, I'm fine with it being what it is now. That way you're good at it.
That way I'm good at it. Yeah. Right.
So if I change it to wisdom, I don't think that's a prime for you.
No, it's not.
No, but normally if you have it as a racial skill, it will still be considered a prime.
That's yeah.
At least that's how
they're-
Chuck does it.
They're depends on this.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it doesn't say specifically, it just says gnomes have keen ears, blah, 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 +3 bonus to all listening checks. That's all. So it doesn't say what.
All right.
Let's go.
A couple of times during the day, you could have sworn, Daklish, you heard the sounds. You heard voices that weren't the familiar. They weren't close, but you could definitely hear people talking.
Behind us, in front of us, off to
It
the side.
sounded like it was behind you, but you look back in that direction, and roll me a d20 roll.
Oh, there we go.
As you guys move along the road, you kick up a little bit of dust, and you look back behind you, and you see a bit of dust kicked up in the road that behind you that by now should have settled. But you look back there, and you don't see anything. Asher, yes,
Okay.
Daklish is a rogue.
I'll trot up to Orin, leader, and Orin, pretty sure we're being followed. I hear voices. I don't have do I have a concept of how many I'm hearing voices.
I was gonna say, did you hit your head, lad?
Do I get an idea of how many voices are back there?
Make me an intelligence check.
Oh God, it almost rolled.
More than one.
So
I will
point
give
back-
you this. At least one male and one female voice.
Okay, so I'll tell that to Orin that I'm hearing at least boy girl, and point back and show him. See how that dust isn't settling? So we're being followed, or they're either followed, or there's someone behind us.
Looking at where she's pointing and seeing the dust, would Orin have enough of battle sense to be able to tell how many horses or people would be kicking up that kind of a dust cloud?
Well, now that you just stopped and looking back, you see what little dust there was settled. It could have been maybe one or two people, but there is not any more dust. But you guys did stop in the road, and you're looking back in that direction, and Daklish even pointed in that direction. So take it as you will.
Orin's going to say, let's keep moving, and I'm going to keep my eye on, and he's going to go toward the back of the pack, and he's going to keep an eye on the road behind them to see if maybe he can tell how large a party is following him.
Are we getting close to nighttime?
Yes. This happened during the day. A couple of different times you heard voices, and then you finally looked back and you saw the dust. After you guys, stop and make your little scene, Daklish, make me another hearing check.
I couldn't tell if that was a 19 or a 1.
No, it was a
Hear
1.
Nothing.
Nothing.
All right, you hear nothing else the rest of the day. Orin, roll me a d20 because you were back there looking. You hear and see nothing the rest of the
I
day.
am the most worthless dwarf out of combat. I swear to God.
A fly flies into your ear.
Wait, I hit it. Wait, no, never mind.
It was gas.
All right. Well, at this point, Orin's now suspicious, so he's staying back toward the back. He's going to alert the guards on the artillery guards on the wagon to stay extra alert. keep their weapons at the ready. But basically tell everybody just be ready for anything at this point. Let's see if we make it to where we can camp for the night.
All right. The rest of the day goes uneventful. Evening comes.
Oh,
Only we
boy.
had some kind of bird that could fly aerial
Oh, right, my
reconnaissance.
bird, right? I was teaching
You were teaching it tricks.
it fetch. So how long does it know fetch now?
No,
It takes a
hasn't been
week. It hasn't been a week yet.
Oh, it takes a week. Okay. 1 week to teach.
But would she be able to have the bird communicate? However many
Oh.
people might be following behind us with the general conversation skills, or
Right. Well, no, I have the.
no, I mean, I don't know how the ring works. I'm asking Jingo if that's something.
Yeah, it's
She
that.
wouldn't
That would
need
be
to
another.
teach it. Yeah.
That would be anything you want the bird to do would have to be a top trick. Other than
Okay.
that, it's just friendly.
All right. How about this
But
though?
she's not a druid, so
Where we are camped, can I find a bunny, some kind of burrowing animal to have a little conversation with, to see if
Absolutely.
because I have animal speaker, but I believe that only applies to burrowing animals. Yeah, some gnomes.
There are
have-
literally burrowing animals everywhere.
So, yeah, I'm gonna find an adorable little bunny, give it a little crumb, and ask it if it's aware of other people in the area.
I showed you a map. You guys can set up your camp among the trees as you wish. Putting all your horses on the map.
Where am I? Am I there yet?
I don't think you're there yet. Here we go. There you are.
So do I find out anything from a bunny?
Let's have a look. You're talking to a bunny. The bunny will say, 3 loud people.
What's up, Doc?
3 loud people came through. Hunting bunnies. Not good at hunting bunnies.
Some people, I'll give them a little cracker. Thanks, bunny. Pat him on the head. Okay. I'm gonna, if we're packing in for the night, I know we'll have our. I'm gonna climb up a tree, and that's where I'm gonna plan on sleeping. Is
Okay.
up in a tree.
As I said, I showed you a map. You guys can arrange it as you wish. Let me, because he's actually somebody you're going to have to keep track of. Let me put Vig on there as well.
I'm gonna have the guards
Oh, we're
stationed at the wagon. 1 regular guard, 1 artillery guard, and they're gonna be splitting watches.
The map is currently.
2 of them can sleep, but they have to sleep at the wagon.
There are unlocked tokens. Imagine you make Vig sleep in the wagon.
Oh yeah, no, Big ain't leaving.
Big's not.
And I'll add the
I'm
wagon
also half
token
tempted
as
just
well.
to say to use as much rope as we can to tie him down even more, so it'd be harder for somebody to try to just yank him out of there.
Well, he's shackled too, so.
I know,
yeah,
but
tie extra.
or
sure.
Orin's like, that's fine.
Has Nadia gotten enough studying in to be able to add enough from the spellbook?
Let's see. This is the end of the 3rd day. I would say yes. You can add another spell.
forward.
All right, and I'll let you guys arrange yourselves, and
Yeah, me and Crow, I'm just doing little, trying to teach my Crow to fetch, but quietly because I'm up in the tree. So
so the guards. Do you have all 3 of the prisoners in the wagon? The guards will be taking turns staying with the wagon.
And I'm also going to have the other 2 prisoners muffled as well, gagged, so they can't shout out.
Okay. And your horses scattered around, tied up. You guys going to keep them the order you have now, the watch order?
Where is the watch order?
It's on the party sheet under order. Right now I have Nadia as first watch, Daklish as second watch, Oren as third watch, and Hasuk as fourth watch, with assuming that 1 guard will be on each watch, watching the prisoners with you.
Well, the guards are going to be splitting watches, so there's going to be a regular guard and an artillery guard awake for each watch. In other words, they'll be sleeping.
So you're going to have them do double watches.
Yep.
Make me a charisma check. Let's see how well they take to that.
You hate me, I swear to.
I hate everybody.
I got that +3 charisma, and it's like it has yet to work. Now, mind you, I've been fluffing these guys up for 3 days about how great they were.
It's taken into consideration. Yes, they will happily watch.
good. Question with my Crow, can I ask it to do like a recon flight and report back what it sees? Because that wasn't like a trick. You know, the tricks were things like attack, defend, fetch.
All right. You can certainly have it go out and look around.
Yeah, and I'll point down the road that the way we came, so that it kind of looks that way.
All right. It will come back after you guys about an hour later, and we'll say, didn't see anything, but there was a bad smell. Real bad smell.
Pretty sure that was Hasuk.
Like ogres?
Bad smell. It's a bird. It doesn't know what an ogre is.
Okay, good bird. And I'm getting snuggle my bird. Okay.
My curiosity is, the crows are carrion kind of bird. How bad would something have to be to make a crow say it was a bad smell?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna relay that information to the party.
You would assume then it was not a carrion smell, whatever the bad smell was, because you're right. Crows will pluck the eyeballs out of a dead goat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'll relay that information and go back to my tree.
All right. So you bed down for the night. Let's have Nadia roll a d12 for a random encounter. It occurs 1 on a d12. 1 check per night.
All right.
Okay.
No random encounter. Daklish.
Okay, here we go. 6s for the win.
Nope, we only needed 1. But on your turn.
But on my turn.
One moment, I'm looking at some things here. Alright. Let's have some of this.
Uh-oh.
That's rude.
Douglas, give me that enhanced hearing check again.
Ah, yes. Da, 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 da. Come on. There we go. That's a dirty 20.
You're sitting there on your watch up in the tree, and you can hear voices in the distance talking. One of them sounds human, says, "What are we waiting for?" Another one that definitely did not sound human to your ears, possibly Elvish, says, "The boss said, wait, we would know when." And the first one sounds a little dumb, says, "Well, I don't want to wait. I want to smash something." "You idiot. Wait for the boss." And then, Douglas, you catch a faint whiff of something just putrid, wretched.
Now, being a gnome, I would know if it was an ogre or a goblin, right?
It is not an ogre or a goblin. It is, roll me a d12. Let's see if perhaps you have encountered these before.
There's that
No.
6 again.
A putrid smell that kind of reminds you of rotted meat soaked in vinegar.
Yummy.
Yeah, it's just, oh.
Up in the tree, even. All right. Well, so at the end of my watch, Orin is on next. I will relay all of what I heard to Orin and let him know that we're definitely being tracked.
And
something is waiting to
What
attack
direction
us.
does she say she hears these voices? From where we are?
Out towards the road, actually.
Oh, they're not. They're.
Yeah, those
Okay.
voices are not close, but your keen hearing picked them up.
Orin's gonna kind of like stay semi-hidden, but he's gonna get to where he can see the road for his watch.
All right, Douglas, are you waking people up? Are you coming down out of the tree to wake people up? Because right now it's Douglas's watch, and she is the only one awake, her and 2 of the guards.
Well, I go down. I go down. I have gone down to tell Orin what I heard, and waiting for. Yeah. Okay. I'll come down here. What do you? Should we get on the road? Should we stay here, hunkered down?
Just stand ready to alert the rest.
I
Let
can
them rest as long as they can.
Okay. You know what I'm gonna do is I can set traps, right? I can finding, disabling, or setting traps. Do I need a trap, or is this wild traps? To set a trap, oh, that's a trap that was previously disabled. Locating traps. Oh, okay. It's not like a nature-y trap. All right.
No, but you can make snares and things, I would imagine. Unless it specifically says no. I think that might be a ranger thing, but let's look at your traps ability.
Oh, I have 2 medium animal traps. So I'm gonna set some traps. I'm gonna put a trap. Let's see. There's like a drawing tool. I'm thinking that enter drawing mode. I'm gonna set a trap like here. Whoop. And and I guess here. Yeah, I'm gonna. Oh, that got big. I'm gonna set 2 traps. I'm gonna let Orin know I've set traps and where they are, so he knows. Since he's got watch next.
Seeing as how you set one right in front of me, I'm pretty sure I'm aware of one.
All right. Then, Daklish, roll me a d12.
D12. Apparently, it's just all sixes on the D12.
Yeah.
What are the odds of that?
Oren,
Aye.
there's a bad smell. You can smell it now. It smells like rotted meat soaked in vinegar. And it appeared to get real intense for a second, and then, as if
Would I
cloud of.
recognize this smell?
Roll me a d12. Let's see if you ever come
Yes, I
across
have.
such a thing.
Animosity towards elves, defensive expertise against giants and ogres, and I hate goblins and orcs.
This is none of those.
Okay. You said roll a what? A 12?
Yes.
Yep.
Nope, you've not smelled this before.
And my beard, that's rank. Daklish, wee bird of yours. If need be, can you have it fly through camp and just raise a ruckus? In case we see something coming quick.
All right, you two are standing there, kind of talking low, when you distinctly hear the sound of a branch snap coming from that direction.
Alrighty. Does it sound like a heavy snap or just a tiny snap?
Sounded
like-
Big
like
branch breaking or somebody stepping on a twig?
somebody stepping on something and it snapped. You know, it didn't sound like, the heavy footfalls of a moose or a bear. In fact,
Coming from there? Like,
in that direction, not necessarily where that arrow
Oh,
is at, but
got it.
in that direction.
yeah, I'll.
Thorn's gonna move over to here and he's gonna start rousing the guards as he goes. Stand ready, lads. Something's out there.
And I'm gonna.
Kick
Whoops.
Pussock as he walks past. Get ready. Get ready. Don't know what's coming, but something's coming.
Oh, you're in draw mode, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm trying to
Yeah.
erase what I accidentally drew, and
I was
Yeah.
gonna say that's a new attack thing for a Daklish running
Yeah.
around spray painting the trees and rocks.
yeah, that's a trap, and that's a trap. Yeah, I accidentally did that. My apologies.
Just making a fake snake.
It took
No,
away
you
the
just
other
erased one of your traps.
one. I
You had a
know.
trap in front of that rock there. So
Right there. And now
Mm.
get out of draw mode. Draw.
Now, let me see
You're
if
such
I
a
actually.
draw, McQueen.
I might actually have a token for a traps. Hold on, let me look.
Oh, okay.
I have a whole bunch of just oddball tokens. Actually, we'll just do it easy.
Yeah, because that'd be great. Doing that. Just anything. Drawing, clear. Now my drawing's
Trap. Where was your other trap? Was
The other one was like
over
right
here.
Yeah, kind of like right. Yeah, there you go. Trap, and I am skittering again up a tree so that I have some vantage and hiddenness, and looking that way towards the snap.
All right, I'm
Go ahead, turn that off.
looking.
I was just looking at stuff. Crap.
I was hoping I had an image of this.
Boy, image of what we're about to fight.
Well, you are walking in that direction and you see something on the ground. When you get to about there, you notice. Let me make it visible.
I notice.
It appears to be a hairless rodent, approximately 2 feet long. It has a long tail that is half again its length. Its head looks very much like a badger, albeit smaller. It walks on all 4 small legs that end in claws. Its distinguishing characteristic, however, is its sickly pink skin. It is dotted with warts and small sprouts of thick, coarse hair.
It's how big?
It's about 2 feet long.
So-
Looks about the size of a big rat.
So it's
And
like a naked mole rat.
it kind of looks like a naked mole rat. And it's you notice it, and it's kind of looking up at you with its beady little eyes, and it appears to be the source of this stink.
So
And you
presuming
don't
this
know.
is a burrowing animal,
It could be, yes.
I'm gonna bend down to it, trying not to gag. Be like, hey, buddy, oh, what you doing here?
I need you to make me a charisma check.
Oh boy,
Tic Tac.
that's just a straight D20. Oh,
It will,
why did I get a +2? Because of my level? Oh, because of my
yes,
level.
because of your level, yes.
Okay.
And
Well, that'd be level 2.
it will say, it let me go.
What let you go?
I don't know, but it had me, it let me go.
Can Oren hear her talking? Or is this a mental thing?
Yes, no. Oren can hear, she's down there, she's making little chittery, chirpy noises.
By the way, has anyone woken Nadia up?
No, nobody else is awake at this point.
No, I thought
Okay.
Oren
No.
was rousing
Oren
everybody.
went through the
Oh,
camp
Oren was-
stirring people.
All
as,
right, at
yeah.
this point, everybody
I
is
heard you rouse
awake.
the guards. I didn't hear anything.
Well, I
about
said,
the rest
but
of
I
them.
also kicked Hussick and whoever,
Yeah, I got
and
kicked,
told them to
yeah.
stand ready. And if I kicked Hussick, I'm pretty sure I went right past you. You should have heard it.
Yeah. Nadia wakes up and says, "Oh God, Hazik, please lay off the beans." Oh,
All right, so Daklish, again, being a sneaky little rogue, is kind of figuring that this guy is brought in for distraction. I'm gonna ask him, hey, what do you like to eat?
Human flesh.
Who said? Jingo didn't say.
I didn't say that. No. It will say food.
I'll reach into my pocket. Oh right, because I always keep a sandwich for the guy, so I'm gonna reach in my pocket and peel off some
Ew.
of this, and say, hey, you can have this if you go back to the guys that set you free and scare them a little bit.
All right, you going to give it the sandwich?
Yes.
It'll sit right there and eat the sandwich.
Okay, now go to those guys, scare them away.
It'll look at you and continue to eat the sandwich. Meanwhile, from over in this direction, you hear the rustle of branches, and the guards heard it too. And one of the guards will say, "What? Who's there?" And he will unhood his lantern that the guards keep burning during their watch and shine it around, but you don't see anything other than that little.
Okay. I'm gonna.
Oren starts looking up in the tree branches.
It's dark up there, but you don't see anything moving. I mean, you guys, you're dwarves. You have twilight vision or some sort of dusk vision.
Yeah, I got 120 foot
Yeah.
deep vision.
Yeah, we have deep vision, but it doesn't work if we are near light, so it's not working.
I
Yeah.
have dark vision.
Yeah. No, it was working until that guard unhooded his lantern.
Oren will yell at him to shutter that lamp. You're killing my light. You're killing my vision.
And he will slam it shut.
I don't even think it would work here because there's still the moon.
Yes.
Yeah, it's more of a
It's-
total darkness thing.
Like, we need to be inside of a cave or something, like complete darkness.
Now, if we had someone with
If we
twilight,
went under the trees,
I have-
wouldn't that
well,
block most of the light?
What is dark vision? Similar to doors, gnomes can see in complete darkness for up to 60 feet. Shades of gray. Function with no light at all. Bright lights such as from a lantern spoil it. Okay, same thing.
Yep, old school D&D.
yeah, this is more for elves and others.
I'm gonna
Whereas-
the other half of the sandwich, because I tore it in half, I'm gonna throw under the wagon, so the little
Okay.
dude and I'm gonna just say more food over there, just to keep him busy under the wagon, because I don't care
Wow.
if Vig gets stinked out.
Yeah, but you got 4 guards that are now trying not to retch.
Well, no, it hasn't got. It's just bad. It hasn't gotten real bad yet.
Uh-oh.
And that right there.
Oh,
That and then I'm gonna hop up this tree here.
All right. These trees are easily climbable. No check needed. All right. So, what do you guys want to do?
I'm going to call Thunder to toward me.
Okay.
Not too far to the edge.
Yeah, in the meantime, this has been going on. I have equipped all my gear, because I don't like to be woken up.
All right. Everybody is awake. And you guys can all smell it. This really rancid smell. And this little rodent will,
Yeah, Nadia is going to go take position behind, next to Bess, because while she's not necessarily overly fond of the smell of the horse, better than the smell of whatever the hell.
okay.
I wonder if I should try to lead the little rat away towards the road.
All right. You hear one of the guards say, What is that? He's going to get wise enough to, rather than kick it, step away from it, as there's another one of them little thingies right there.
Oh no.
All right, I'm going to do this because the wagon is kind of interfering. We're just
Yeah.
going to make a box for what the wagon would be.
Okay. And you'll put that where they are. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, and those guys are in the wagon where the box is. And we'll remove that one. All right, and the guard sees another. He's like, oh, what is that? Ew! And he steps away from it. What do you guys want to do? This one will roll up under the wagon and go start eating that other piece of sandwich that Dackless.
Through under there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna. But I'm trying to be hidden. I'm not gonna say anything. You know what? I'm gonna actually, kind of within the tree line, up in the trees, kind of move this way a little bit. I'm surely away from any lights. Do I see anything?
Actually,
Hear anything?
you make me a hear trick. There's nothing to see yet.
Oh God.
No. Just the sounds of the camp.
Or in seeing that a second one has showed up. He wants to try to see if he can intimidate them to run off. Stomp his
Okay.
foot, yell, scream, wave, not yelling and screaming, but
You're gonna move
What if,
over
Hissing
what
and
if
there.
they're
growling
what
and,
if they're like skunks?
stomping his feet at him. Do what?
I said, what if they're like skunks? Go ahead.
I don't give a shit as long as they run away.
All right, you can move yourself over there.
Arrgh! Scatter, you bunch of bugs, you smelly ass little webbles. Go on! Get out of here! He's gonna swing his axe at him.
You can actually try to hit it.
No, I'm just trying to intimidate him and make him run off. Do I need to put it on top of one of them or just roll a general?
Nope. You just go over there, and I imagine you're trying to intimidate number 29 by smacking the ground in his direction. It lets out a squeal and a cloud of funk. Nadia is not quite in it. Oren, all 4 of the guards and all 3 of the prisoners, as well as Roach and Bess. And, well, let's see. Make me a constitution checks. I'll make them for the guards. Oh, guard number 21 didn't make it. Three of the guards did. Oren, what was your roll?
16.
You did make it. All right.
Oh wait,
now
15 prime. That was is still.
I'm just hoping that's not Cloud Kill.
All right. Bess, artillerist 7. Vig made his. And one of the bandits. Let's see what happens to those that failed. All right, let me put a status check on these guys so that I know what they've got.
Do I see that this happened? I mean, obviously, Oren was probably making some noise and.
Yes, Oren started making noise, and then, Castle Artillerist 7 started chucking and vomiting.
Nice.
One of the guards started puking and vomiting, as did one of the horses. And this stench is just god awful. And now we'll have initiative. Bess will move. Oh, wrong button. Will move out because it says that, withdraw from combat with nausea and vomiting, and then get another check each round. So Bess gets a fresh check. No. The horse is over there retching up its oats.
Lovely.
thunder on its own won't do anything unless you command him.
No.
Dacklish,
Yes.
what does your trap do?
It's an animal trap.
Does it define what it does, or does it just say it's an animal trap?
And I believe it's just like a trap medium animal metal. It's just a
All right, roll me a d4.
D4. 1.
You hear one of your traps pop, and you hear a male voice go, "Ow!" But you don't see anything over there.
Do I notice it?
Hasuk, you look over and you can see that the trap has been sprung, and that, you know, the jaws are slightly enough apart that there appears there should be something in the trap, but you don't see anything, even though the trap is moving as though something was trapped in it. You don't see anything.
All right.
Horses.
Oh boy, the horses are.
Hasuk, it's your turn.
I'm gonna move over to the trap.
You can definitely hear somebody going, "Oh, God." But you don't see them.
Do I have to get closer to see them?
You don't know. You would think that you're standing right next to that trap that you would be able to see them, but
Ah. Illusionist. Okay.
I'm gonna take a swing at it.
all right. Just go ahead and make your attack roll, and I'll let you know whether or not it hit.
All right.
You're swinging at an invisible opponent, actually,
Oh.
and your sword whistles through the air but does not connect with anything. Well, damn. Dacklish, roll me a d4.
Yeah.
All right. You hear your other trap pop, and does anybody speak Elvish?
Oh. Hey, let's find out.
Yes,
Notes?
I do.
You clearly recognize a string of Elvish profanity coming from that direction. As again, Dacklish, you look over and you see a pop trap, but you don't see anybody in it.
Okay. So, remembering that Vig made himself invisible, I'm thinking, that it might be related. I wanna I wanna head towards, let's see. I wanna head still in the trees towards the edge of the
It is not your turn.
It's not my turn.
It
Okay.
is not your turn. It is an enemy's turn, and Orin, you and the guards and possibly Dacklish are close enough to hear the lock on the back of the wagon pop open, and when that happens, somebody who is invisible is no longer. And you can see a human-sized figure in a cloak bent down over the lock, which they have just picked. But that was what they got to do. Skirmisher 27 is still in the wagon, can't do anything. Skirmisher number 5 is puking. He gets a fresh save. Which will allow him to finish puking. Aubrey Castle Artillerist is standing right there, sees this woman, comes around and cocks his crossbow, and she's trying to break out the prisoner, and takes a shot at close range and misses. The other artillerist, who is back here, will also come around.
You grabbed the wrong one. That's the guard.
Oh, that's the guard? All right.
And I thought you said the artillerist was didn't make his save.
Oh, you're right. That artillerist has to make a saving throw. You're right. Let me. Which he does. But still missed. The Wither Stench 29 has already let out his musk and in a fit of rage will charge Orin and start chewing on your boot ineffectually.
Sorry about that. The wife called right after she left. Okay, what's going on?
Well, Witherstench 44 attacked you, but it didn't do anything. Or no, number 29 attacked you. Number 44 will continue to eat the sandwich Daklish left him. Nadia.
So here's an interesting question. I am currently 27 feet from that mob.
Unfortunately, when the Wither Stench moved, you are now in its stink. Make me a Constitution save.
Times.
As it gets close, the smell just overwhelms you, and you blow cookies. You may move if you want out of the stench, but that is pretty much all you can do. You get hit by that and you back up, choking and gagging. Daklish.
Yes. So I see the person trying to break free.
Yes, you just saw. Yeah, no, the lock has been undone. The padlock is now unlocked on the wagon.
Right. So I am gonna I'm gonna shoot my crossbow at him. Do I get advantage because I'm up in a tree?
No, but I will give you a +2 to hit for high ground.
Whoops. Nope. Ignore that. I was trying to. I don't think it did anything. Okay.
And a matter of fact, it's got its back to you if you can hit it. Well, no, it specifically says it has to be melee for that, doesn't it?
I have.
Your back attack, I think, has to be melee.
Oh, yes.
But
that's melee.
You do get a +2 to hit because you've got high ground.
And if you're feeling inspired.
Do I? Okay, and that's an additional 2?
3.
Well, this is still technically the same day.
So So no Inspire.
So if
Okay.
you
Is it
if
per
you've
day?
already, it's per day. If you've already used Inspired today, you can use actually
I thought we
no.
traveled
That's
3 days
right.
on the road. Yeah, I was gonna say I thought we
Well,
traveled
since
several days on the road.
All right.
no,
cool.
since that last encounter, no. This is the end of the same day. Those 3 encounter rolls, you get 3 encounter rolls per day. So those 3 rolls were for 1 day's encounters.
Okay, here we go.
But you can use it once per day per level in your second level, so you can use it again.
There we go. I dragged the wrong dice on him. Oh wow, missed. Oh wait, did it add the? It didn't add the other +2.
3.
Yes,
So
plus 3. That would have made it an 11. That would have still missed.
okay. I'm gonna so shooting it after I shoot, I'm gonna. I don't know how much. I'm
You
gonna
can get 10 feet.
traverse closer to that person after I shot.
You're trying to move among the branches of the tree. Make me a climb
Yeah.
check.
Yeah,
Don't fail. Don't fail or you fall out.
that would be bad. Double click.
That is not a fail.
That is just not a fail.
Let's look at Vig here. No, he can't do anything. He's bound and gagged. Aubrey Castleguard.
Can I also yell out they've unlocked the cage? Because like Hussick
The guard
is
already
far-
did that.
Oh,
Before
okay,
the
good.
stench bomb went off, the guard yelled it.
Okay, good.
Or actually, right as the stench bomb went off.
And that guard comes around with his club and misses. Number 7 doesn't have to move. He's right there. And he misses. Oren, you have made your save versus the Wither Stench. It does not bother you any further.
I am going to charge to Corona with my battle axe and shield.
Okay.
And I get what is the +2 to hit for a charge?
+2 to damage.
Yes. +2 to damage and -4 to your armor class. Crack!
And not on my
Ow.
watch.
You added +2 for damage.
Do what?
Did you add +2 for damage because of charge?
I thought you said it was +4 for damage.
No.
I didn't do it automatically.
No, +2 to damage, plus -4 to your armor class. I'll add the extra 2
okay,
points.
okay. So
All
that's
right.
8 points of damage then.
Ow. She hurts. She looks like she probably couldn't take another one of those. The brigand skirmisher is not incapacitated. Knowing the door is unlocked, he's going to make his break. Because he doesn't really have attributes. And he pushes on the door, which pushes up against Oren. Oren, make me a strength check.
Weren't the brigands tied up in the wagon?
Were they tied up as well?
Yeah,
Okay.
tied up and gagged. I didn't want any.
All right. Well, then he's not doing anything then. Skirmisher number 5.
when we saw the dust behind us, I said I wanted them all tied up and bound, so I didn't want any of them calling out for help or whatever.
Hasek, a tall, blonde gentleman with a mace, appears as he swung the mace at your head, dispelling the invisibility he was under, and misses you. Nadia, make me a Constitution saving throw at -1. All right. You have recovered from retching and puking and may act normally this round. Although there is another one of these little things here, he doesn't appear to be bothering anybody. He's eating sandwich.
He's having a great time.
Yeah, he's not. Unfortunately, yes, they are just like skunks. When you intimidate them or scare them, that's when they musk.
I meant to ask you
Everybody
about
being
that.
punched up like this. is
So
not
the
helpful.
cloud emanates from them and moves with them?
Well, it's more like a stink. It's not a cloud, but anybody within 30 feet of them when they're emitting the stink must make the save.
Oh, okay.
So it's not so much a cloud, it's just they smell that bad when they're secreting whatever it is they secrete.
Okay. Yeah, I was out of the room, but I heard you say the cloud moved with it, and I was like, what?
Yeah, the stink moves with it. It's kind of like a cloud. It's not a visible thing that you can see.
So, Nadia is going to move to here. And I'm hoping that the cone isn't going to affect guard. But Nadia's going to throw color spray right on the cart.
All right. Where you're at, you will get one of the guards. Because color spray starts from you. Or does it have a range? Let me look.
Range is 25 feet. A cone is 5 feet wide at range of 4. And its width is equal to its length at any point up to 25.
So you're trying to stun everybody in the cart?
Yeah, it starts at your hand and goes out 25 feet, up to 25 feet.
All right.
So you can draw a 25-foot cone and place it down. Right click on the map, choose pointers, and then draw a cone.
Oh, wait, no. So I want to get that drawing.
Yeah, go to right click and add pointers, not drawing, pointers.
Okay.
And then you'll see the cone is one of the options. You select cone and then you can click and drag to draw your cone. So yeah, you could spray the cart and just get the dudes in it.
Yep, that's what I want to do.
All right.
And that little wither thing on there underneath it.
Yes, and the little wither thing too.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so that's you blast your color spray out there. Let's see, the effect is based on how many hit dice they have, right?
Yes, indeed.
All right, roll me a D4 plus 1.
Oh, come on.
What the hell was that? I don't mean the roll, the sound effect.
So you're going to get 2 creatures. That was the
Color spray.
that was the color spray spell. So
Oh.
Well, the
you're
good
going to
news is
get
the brigand and vigor, the 2 are effective.
let's see. Closest creatures are affected first. You're right. So let's see.
Skirmisher 5 and Vic.
Skirmisher 5 is only 1 hit die. I believe he is unconscious. Roll 2d4.
All right. How do I do more than?
If you left click and hold and then right click, you'll add a die to it.
Oh, nice.
He's out for 8 rounds.
It's 1 o'clock.
Yes, we are going to wrap at the bottom of this round and continue.
So is the brigand and Vig out?
Well, let's see. Vig is a 5 hit die creature. Let's see what it does to him. Wrong spell.
Oh, I think we need to make us.
Let's see. No, I'm not going to give him a saving throw because he's bound and can't avoid it. But he is stunned for 1 round.
Okay.
Yeah, there's no way. No way he could avoid that.
Good, good.
All right. Corona, who is thankfully still alive,
My Corona.
is going to what is she going to do here? Let's see.
Kind of surrounded.
Yeah, she is kind of surrounded. We'll look at Oren and think real hard, and then she's going to turn and take off running. Both the Aubrey Castle Guards and Oren will get shots on her as she leaves.
I only need 1.
Your attack, Oren. Get her.
Somebody bumped my dice.
And she turns and decides, oh, time to cut and run.
And that was just an attack of opportunity, right?
Yes, it was. Or a free attack, as they call it here.
So I can still charge after her if I want.
On your turn, yes.
Yeah.
Dacklish.
Eventually.
Well, I see her run. Do I have line of sight?
You do have line of sight on her.
And being up above, do I get that +2?
You
to
do.
hit?
You do. You
All right.
absolutely do.
I was going to come up and stab her, but apparently she's running away, so I am not letting her get away. So, knowing she's already... There we go. That's a hit. Damage on her is... 1.
Phoom.
Is it enough? She's heavily damaged.
Not quite. Wither Stench 29.
Or look up at the trees and go, "Good job, lad. Way to scratch her."
Is the wither stench unconscious from the color spray?
No, it only
didn't get
affected
hit.
the first two. And it's still chewing on Oren's boot. Number 44 is unfazed. He's got sandwich. Vig is stunned.
And that's the end of our round?
Not yet.
Oh.
This guy is going to take this round to free himself from this trap. He hasn't done anything offensive yet to remove his invisibility. Oren.
All right. Oren's going to yell to Thunder and point at Jorg, whatever the hell his name is, and say, Thunder, attack! And then he's going to charge after, what's her name? Verona.
All right, get her.
That was sad. That was satisfying for some strange reason. I don't know why. And come on, big 20. Please.
Whammy.
Oh, damn it.
That's not good.
Castle Guard 21 will step over here and snap that frickin' padlock shut.
Good job.
Nice.
Even though I didn't see it.
You probably heard the click.
What about
Yeah.
your horse attack? Does your
Calm
horse...
down.
It's here he is.
There's a
Oh, I-
combat tracker if you pay attention.
Oh, no, well, I thought your horse attacked on your move.
Well, no, I told
Only
my horse
when
what
he's
to do
riding
his-
on it. Oh.
Oh, that's a nat 20.
That's
Nice.
max damage, right?
That's max damage.
Maybe I should call him Max Thunder. Thunder Max.
You got him from a dome? Thundermax.
We don't
All
need
right.
that here.
We just need to know the way home.
Mhm.
Oh, nice. My horse fights better than I do.
Probably yes.
Don't forget the bite.
Oh, that was supposed to be an attack roll. I guess it's just damage. Hasek.
I will take a swing. And I'm gonna use that +3.
Good idea.
Because I've not been hitting anything.
Nice.
Oh, snap. See,
What can I say
maximum
except you're
maximum
welcome?
damage from that
Yeah, that's 12.
is 12 points of damage to. But you know what? Jorg is a pretty tough customer. And
You know
that
what
does,
Jorg is yet, or he's still invisible?
He's visible.
No, Jork is visible. The other one is not, though. The one's in the other trap.
The elf? Yeah.
Yeah.
You're getting max damage from a horse 3 attacks.
that's going to kill Jorg.
Whew. Yeah.
And then can I still move? Like,
Yes,
movement,
yes,
right?
yes.
I'll move out there, I guess.
Uh, that's about half.
Because I'll be gonna making my way to the other trap.
And the second artillerist
He's a
Is-
sneaky little elf, isn't she?
is still puking. And is still puking. And that is the end of the round, and I think that is the end of our stream for today as we will get ready to go and raid Blue Box. Are they live?
Yes.
Okay, excellent.
Thank you, everybody, for hanging out with us today.
Okay, sorry. Back again. I heard George died.
Sorry to disappoint you here.
All right. Well, I thank everybody for coming out and enjoying our little bit of madness, the Knights of the Rose. When we get to Blue Box, tell them the Troll Lord sent you and give them a huzzah for us. We will be back next week for more. And, coming soon, Chuck is trying to work out how we can give giveaways on this stream as well as his. But we're not quite there yet. But we are working on it. Meanwhile, everybody, thank you to all my players. And let me close a few thousand windows so I can get down to my outro music. And we can go ahead and say goodnight. So say goodbye, everybody. And
Bye, everybody.
all right. And I'm going to do this. Try that again.
Thank you very much.
And
I'm gonna
let a little bit of sad piano music, and then there goes the raid.
There we go.